What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. In today's College Football 25 rebuild, we're going to be taking control of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And by the end of this video, they are going to be undeniably the best college football program in the state of Texas. They're going to be undeniably the best college football program in the FBS because we will be national champions. I want to bring this team back to the glory days. And you may say, oh, that when Cliff Kingsbury was there, Patrick Mahomes was there. Cool era, but the glory day for me, for Texas Tech, is like those 07, 08 Texas Tech teams. Graham Harrell going for 40, 50 touchdowns. Danny Amendola was there. Michael Crabtree was like one of the most dominant wide receivers you've ever seen. But at the heart of it all was the greatest offensive mind in the history of college football, Mike Leach, who's probably my favorite head coach of all time in college football as well. Insane quotables, prolific, innovative offense. And I think that's what we need to get back to here at Texas Tech. Now, I know things did not end the best between Texas Tech and Mike Leach. So let's put that aside here and let's come in here for 10 seasons with a prolific offense and make Texas Tech great again. For the first time in one of my college football 25, we're going to go with that Mike Leach. Mike Leach was not the greatest recruiter. In the spirit of him, he was absolutely a tactician. So that is how we're going to start our coaching journey. We're also going to give our coach 100 offensive aggressiveness. I did mention like these peak years, these Mike Leach years. And then really since then, it's been a rough decade. It's got a little better as of late, but it kind of feel like Texas Tech's hitting that glass ceiling a little bit. And that's definitely where we're going to have to try to come in and elevate them. And you got Texas State's starting to make a little bit of waves. SMU seems like they're going to kind of crush it here in the NIL era. Baylor's on the come up a little bit. Like, competition right now in Texas is very, very big. Especially Texas now jumping to the SEC. So it's up for grabs. That's the way I'm viewing it. And I think we're going to get past this ceiling and we're going to be even better. So our 5 goals for today's rebuild. Number 1 is I want to have the number 1 recruiting class in Texas at least once. I want to be Texas. I want to be A&M. I want the Red Raiders to be on top at least once. Number 2 is I want to have the number 1 overall offense in college football. Now, this could be determined by points scored. This could be determined by yards. When we did this challenge for Hawaii, we made it was points scored, so that is what we're going to do. Number 3 is I want to win the Heisman at least once with a Red Raider. Graham Harrell never got it, even though he's close. Michael Crabtree never got it. He was close for a wide receiver. I want to finally win that award. Number 4 is I want to be number 1 ranked in the polls at least once. The highest Texas Tech ever has been is number 2, which they did during those Mike Leach teams in 2008. So let's get to number 1. And lastly, number 5. Win the Natty. I would have guessed Taj Brooks would have been their highest rated player, and that is exactly the case. 92 overall at running back. So not the perfect start to trying to bring back those Mike Leach air raid years with your running back being kind of the focal point of your offense. But he is an outstanding player. 91 power, 97 trucking. An absolute hoss. Coming to the backfield. Got decent juice as well with that 91 acceleration. We got to utilize him. The quarterback room is worse than I thought. Baron Morton, who's the highest rated Texas Tech quarterback recruit of all time, 4-star there with a star dev, is solid. He's an accurate quarterback. 90 throw power is kind of like the bare minimum you want. He's kind of mobile, but I definitely don't see a quarterback that's going to lead us to a national championship on this roster, but that is, we'll handle that with recruiting. I will quickly want to add, though, outside of Taj Brooks in the backfield, we got 2 freshmen here that got a lot of juice. Jamari Davis and Caleb Largo. Keep an eye on them. Our starting receiver room is solid, led by the senior Josh Kelly. You get the junior Caleb Douglas. Eakin's only a sophomore, but the big get is the 5-star recruit, Micah Hudson. Elite dev trait, 6 feet, 195. I'm telling you right now, he is going to start day 1 because we cannot have this player sniff the transfer portal. We have 2 excellent senior tight ends. It's a bummer that they're both senior. We're not going to have crazy longevity. We got Jalen Connors, the receiver, at 87 overall. And look at this thing. Mason Tharp, 85 senior, blocking tight end, 6'9", 270. Huh? The offensive line, I would say, is probably bang on average, which for our goal of running an S-tier offense, we're going to have to improve, and likely this would be a big-time area for us to recruit early on. 75, 88's not bad senior, 82, 85, and 82 across the O-line. So it's not brutal, but 3 of those are seniors. We're only going to have for 1 year, so we're not going to be able to rely on that long-term in the rebuild. So let's look at the other side of the ball here, the defensive side of the ball, where arguably the most talented Texas Tech players the last couple of years have been residing. You know, Jordan Brooks was a first-round pick at linebacker. You have the 2023 top 10 pick, Tyree Wilson, edge rusher, going to the Raiders. A couple guys last year, the only two draftable players from Texas Tech last year was a safety and a D-end. So I'm hoping to be, like, surprisingly impressed. But we got 74 freshman Rigsby. Does he have a good dev trait? I would have loved that to be a star. A defensive tackle, they're, I guess, strong. And a pass rush, sophomore 77. Do you have a good dev trait? Do you have a star dev or just impact? And more on the coverage side, we have the sophomore linebacker, Ben Roberts. Not a great dev trait at impact dev, but still pretty high ceiling looking at his skill caps. So it might take a minute to get there, but I bet, yeah, he'll be rounding around a senior. High 90s, probably a ceiling, 92, 93 in that area code. Right outside linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez with a decent rating. Got some good linebackers. I mean, for a 3.5-star program, a lot of the freshmen that I'm seeing are into the 70s, which is a great rating. I almost like think of Madden ratings, rookie ratings for freshmen. If you get 75, 76, you're happy with that first-round pick. You know what I'm saying? Going in the secondary, corner room is lacking a little bit. Prolific speeder and Miles Thompson, 98 speed. Okay. I see you go. Same with Jordan Sanford, the sophomore free safety, 96 speed, 93 acceleration. A lot of big-time athletes in this safety room. They clearly have a type. Strong safety, Baskerville has the highest rating, but I'm looking at Brendan Jordan here. Sophomore strong safety. Got to let him get on the field early. Can't risk him transferring. The 4-star has a star dev, one of the very few on the roster, and looking at his skill cap, definitely a 90-plus player if he doesn't bail on us. For recruiting, we're going to use the set of house rule that we've kind of had for all of our college football 25 rebuilds, and that is they have to show interest. As long as they are showing interest, they are fair game. I can't go for like Irwin here because he does not have him on a short list board, but I will certainly go to the top 5 overall quarterback, Steve Vega, and another 4-star because they have us on our interest. I'm going to go talk their ear off about the peak Texas Tech Mike Leach Raiders and sell them on the project that we're trying to build here. I'll tell you what, Steve Vega is kind of ass, so we are going to go after Hoffman. Week 2, we're going to get a big win in the Mike Leach Bowl against Washington State, 56-21. On the back of a 6-touchdown performance from Morton, Buck 69, 2 touchdowns from Brooks, Micah Hudson, the true freshman, dominant in this matchup as well. On the defense, we also got after the quarterback. Nice amount of sacks, complimentary football. You love to see it. About a mid-season update here in year 1. Micah Hudson, the freshman, went off in the rivalry game against Baylor. 11 catches, 268, and 4 touchdowns for the elite dev true freshman 5-star. We put up some pretty big numbers. We are 5-2, so it's not a perfect start to the season, but we are currently ranked 23rd in the nation. One of our losses, unfortunately, was to North Texas. That's a game we really should be winning. Our second loss of the season is to the Cincinnati Bearcats. That's a little more respectable. And our preseason recruiting board, it's flushed itself out pretty nicely. We're only down 2 players. We have like 7 gems from this class, so there's a lot of potential with all the gems, with the amount of 4-stars that this first recruiting class can be really nice. Unfortunately, we did miss out on our 4-star gem quarterback who went to Oklahoma, which is very annoying because Oklahoma's also signed 2 other quarterbacks this recruiting cycle. So, yeah. Taj Brooks ate up in the regular season finale against West Virginia with a 4-touchdown performance. And we get a check mark early here in year 1, no matter what way you cut it. Offensive yards or points per game. Universally, Texas Tech has the #1 offense in college football. Let's freaking go. Way ahead of schedule. Love seeing that the air raid's this potent before we really have a chance to develop this offense and make it a juggernaut. And it's tracking. The #1 passing yards is Morton, the Red Baron. 4,200 yards, 43 touchdowns to 13 picks. And for as much of a pass-heavy team as Taj Brooks, our arguably most talented skill position player, still one of 7 players to go over 1,000 yards this season, and he had 14 rushing touchdowns. And then easily the craziest stat line I've seen from a freshman in the game, let alone on my team. Micah Hudson, the 5-star elite dev, 76 catches, 1,500 yards leading the nation, 130 yards per game leads the nation, 23 touchdowns, one more over Jordan Hudson, the battle of who the best Texas wide receiver is. but I'll take my freshman every day of the week. Unfortunately, we are not in the conference championship game as we're third. With a 6-3 record, K-State with slight advantage. Utah kind of ran away with the Big 12 in their first year here. And player of the year goes to Micah Hudson. That's not the Heisman, is it? He's the Heisman! Holy shit! True freshman Heisman wide receiver. Okay. Holy. Did not see that coming. And we get to take on USC in the Alamo Bowl. But I think we need to just reaffirm to ourselves how true fresh. I've seen wide receivers win the Heisman, all right? Maybe it happens too frequently in college football 25. I've never seen a freshman. And we're talking about Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes. Are we going to find the next great Patrick Mahomes? Put him here. We have the Patrick Mahomes of wide receivers here in Micah Hudson, the elite dev 5-star, no skill caps. So he could very well be like a 99 across the board. Hopefully he stays here for 4 years, but at minimum 3. We can't let him transfer. All right, hell yeah, win the Alamo Bowl. Suck it, USC. And it was another shootout. Surprise, surprise. 43-31. Where Morton went for 3 touchdowns. One big one was 400 yards. Taj Brooks' final game in college. A big one, 157 with 2 rushing touchdowns. Josh Kelly got the Micah Hudson treatment, I guess. 255 and 3, which feels like that's what Hudson almost averaged every single game. Defensively, Brendan Jordan, really nice strong safety, gets the interception. Rigsby, our freshman, best freshman on the D-line, gets a sack and a TFL. So hopefully they can build off that to a strong sophomore campaign. In your year 1, Natty goes to the Oregon Ducks in a shootout over Ohio State. We can all breathe a sigh of relief. No threat of transferring from Micah Hudson. We end up sending 3 players to the league. Conyers at tight end, Scurry at guard, and Taj Brooks going in the second round. Fellas, this is going to be likely. It could be crushing because we could lose a bunch, but this is likely going to be our top transfer portal maybe yet in any of our rebuilds. We have 2 top 100 corners. We're within their top 5. We're going all in. We get a top 50 player, 4-star center, which is also the weakest spot of our offensive line. We're going all in. We're the number 1 team for the top offensive tackle in the portal, 4-star PJ Williams from SMU. Jack Velling, who is a top 10 overall player in the portal. We're losing 2 really nice senior tight ends. He would step right in. The vertical threat, I believe he was like Pac-12 tight end of the year while he was at Oregon State. That'd be a huge get. Wide receiver, the number 5 player in the portal, 4-star Jalen Moss. The number 10 player in the portal, 4-star Matthew Golden, who I think was somewhere before Texas as well. But deep threat speed, we got a chance, and we're Golden's number 1 team. And I looked at this like, oh my God, dudes, Kurt Warner's kid. That'd be cool. DJ Legway's here. The 5-star recruit from the Florida Gators, true freshman, so we have maybe 3 years of DJ Legway. That's painful, but we gotta try. We gotta try. But to potentially pair DJ Legway with Micah Hudson for 3 seasons. Damn. All right, swing and a miss. We miss out on both the top wideouts and Jack Velling, but we are number 1 for DJ Legway. Got a chance for PJ Williams as well. And we got ourselves our new starting I'm going to bench a 46 touchdown quarterback because I think we can get more. That's a huge get too. Stealing away PJ Williams from Texas A&M. Our recruiting class finishes 22nd. I think it's pretty good. No 5 stars hurts us a little bit, but 9 4s, 15 3s. And still some work to do to get that check mark to finish as the top recruiting class in Texas. But we're getting there. Looking at our dev traits, we get the star dev on the 4-star transfer, PJ Williams. Legway's an impact. I gotta kind of remember if that's what his dev trait was when we did our Gators rebuild. Just because I still have no idea how the dev trait system works in College Football 25 Dynasty in regards to going up and down dev trait. I've honestly just come to the assumption that it doesn't. You're stuck with your dev trait forever, for better or for worse. If anyone has tested that, feel free to let me know. But either way, impact, very low dev trait for DJ Legway, biasly. The speedster Vasquez has a star dev, 96 speed, 93 acceleration. You'll love to see that. Couple impacts. Star dev on the punter, because they're real people too. Star dev on the corner to Valve. You love to see that. Impact, star dev on the guard, the gem. Beautiful, impact, star on the left tackle helm, 3-star. You'll take that every day of the week. And we get an impact on bar 2. We have to replace Taj Brooks, very talented, top 10 running back in all of college. And to have an elite dev running back, 4-star, 91 acceleration, 91 speed, 84 juke, 85 change of direction, shifty player, 84 carries, really high for a freshman as well. And we get another elite in Alan Engler, top 2 players. Let's go for the 4-star gem. 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 93 agility, 78 catching, 80 medium route running. Nothing too spectacular, but that dev trait is lovely. And the big winner out of training camp, plus 10 from 82 to 92, Micah Hudson. And I'm now, honestly, just terrified that he's going to... I'm going to say it's almost for sure that he's going to leave this year as an underclassman. And I'm going to have zero chance to convince him to stay. Because if he comes back for a junior season, I definitely think we're getting 99. Here we got a cruel game at the quarterback spot. The Red Baron was solid last year, but played bad in our losses. Which, I mean, not necessarily all his fault, but, you know, he's a good player. Skill caps, still could grow and develop. Wish he wasn't a senior. But I think there needs to be a tough decision here with the fact that Lagway's the future as a sophomore. We could redshirt him and maybe go Red Baron this season, but my argument is, what if he just transfers away again? Upset, didn't get to play. And you look at the skill caps here on Lagway, and while IQ, that's a little bit of a bummer that they can't max out the IQ. I mean, still lots of room for growth and development, and you got to figure we play him as a sophomore. He comes back as a junior, the rating's going to be a lot better. He's going to be a lot more prepared to lead this team coming in versus being a redshirt sophomore where he might get a bump or two up in the off-season training. I think we got to go with Lagway. I think another thing is I more associate last year's offense success with the great Micah Hudson, the Heisman Trophy winner, as a freshman wide receiver, more than Morton. And I more so can shift those ugly losses last year that prevented us from going to the Big 12 championship on my quarterback, Morton, having more interceptions than touchdowns and a couple of those L's. So I do think that a belief in this Mike Leach offense, that all it's going to take, unless you are watching this as like a diehard Texas Tech fan, you want to see Morton kind of finish his career, which there's probably a couple of you out there, but you got to understand we got the 5-star. You gotta rock and roll with this one. Greatest recruit ever, 4-star. We got a 5-star, and if Lagway goes for 40-some touchdowns, I don't think we're gonna be too upset come the end of this season. There's a very quick snapshot at my recruiting. Still have yet to be a play for a 5-star, which is, you know, we're trying to do a little bit of a rebuild here. I don't want to be just immediately jumping in the deep end. Even though we did have the offensive success, that is very end game, and we got that in year 1. The recruiting, I think we still, for the first couple of years here, are going to be hard-pressed to have a better recruiting class than Texas. We need a couple years of success for that challenge, and I think that part of that is going to be the lack of 5-star interest. But if we can continue to find 4-star gems, we can continue to find 3-star gems. We rolled a couple elite devs last year. I think we're in a great spot. The only player that's not a gem is Matt Missouri, and you can pretty much see why I want this guy. Number 16 wide receiver in the nation, 6'4" with 97 speed, 90 spec catch, 91 agility, 80 catching. Yep. This is what you want to see in a rivalry game over Baylor. Micah Hudson, the reigning defending Heisman Trophy winner, goes nuclear. I'm telling you right now, Texas Tech, you put your top dog in the slot, they eat. 12 catches, 268 yards, and 3 tuds. Good news is against Week 9 K-State, DJ Lagway threw for 459 yards, 7 touchdowns with no picks. The bad news is that it was an L. 56-54 over ranked K-State. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. The run game was non-existent. Micah Hudson went off 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. But maybe in true Mike Leach form, our defense is terrible. Unfortunately, at the end of the year, we're pretty much where we were last season. 8-4. Ranking's a lot better. We finished as the number 11 team in the nation, but still very much on the outside looking in. We were 5th in the Big 12, way behind Cincinnati and K-State. So, at best, let's hope for a nice bowl win. Or we'll sneak into the college football playoff as the 10th team in the nation. I thought for sure we were going to fall out after all the bowl games, but we were blessed. Although he didn't repeat as Heisman winner, still needs to be addressed that he does make the top 5 back-to-back years. Micah Hudson in and or around the Heisman Trophy discussion for a wide receiver is insane. His regular season numbers are very good. 86 catches, so that's up from last year. 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns. Kind of just shows how ridiculous last season was. That's still Heisman candidate worthy, top 5. Gets an invite to New York worthy, but, you know, it is regression, no matter how harshly that may be of a way of looking at it. Let's at least grab a front row seat here. I think it's, I mean, I don't want to show my lack of American geography. They get snow in Oregon? Isn't that, I guess. All right, Snow Bowl here in the first round of the playoffs. As the validity of our 8-4 Texas Tech team, is that good enough to be a college football playoff team? Well, that is neither here nor there because we are trading punches and haymakers with the Oregon Ducks as we go into halftime, tied at 14. First score, 2 in a row for Texas Tech. We need to come in here. All right, coming in. Got him. Go! I'm up. Same kind of route. Got him! No! Third and 10. Try it again. Got the running back out the backfield as an option. Corner. Oh my God, dude, these guys. Here we go. 4th and 10. I don't have enough juice. We just... I wouldn't blame Micah Hudson leaving after that. I'll say that. If he goes to the league, don't blame you. Fuck! And to round things out, Clemson back on top here in 2025, winning the Natty. Looking at our stats, DJ Legway ends up finishing with less yards and touchdowns than what the Red Baron had. And while we did not get to the college football playoff with Baron, you know, that was a decision. Could be highly criticized, especially if this is a lost season. And if in another dimension we go with the Red Baron, maybe we win a couple playoff games. Who knows? Legway, dynamic on the ground, 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. So we do gain, obviously, added mobility, and he does finish with over 40 touchdowns. So they're in the area code. That it's not, I would say, a significant drop-off, and the wins were a lot better. Hudson, just under 1,400 yards, 17 touchdowns would be awesome if he doesn't leave. But last year we finished with 3,000-yard receivers, only one this season. Defense, they were just so bad, man. Rigsby, the sophomore, I love seeing him get 10.5 sacks because we can build off that. The true freshman D-tackle, Jay McKinney, 47 tackles, 13 TFLs, 7.5 sacks. So we got some nice guys that we can work off of for a pass rush. And we had good interception numbers. Jalen Peoples, the junior, 5 picks, 4 picks for Ben Roberts, the linebacker, 2 for Maury and Horn. But, man, just way too many times we were giving up like 40-plus points. Like a Hudson staying, let's go. That's a win. End up sending one player to the league in Ty Buchanan going in the 6th round. Our collegiate class finishes 12th in the nation. Not quite the number 1 in Texas. Texas still has us beat at number 9. The difference is obviously we have yet to land any 5 stars. But it's coming. We're going to get that check mark sooner than later. Looking at the dev traits, we got 4-star corner Braxton Myers in the portal. He had a star dev. Same with 4-star safety Dalton Brooks. We'll take that. Star dev on the guard here. The junior transfer, Allen, Texas. You'll love to see that. Star dev on Tavares Jones, who we also got in the transfer portal. Star dev on Walters, right tackle. Ooh, you love seeing that. Star dev on the... Blocking tight ends aren't my favorite, but I'll take a star dev no matter really what way you can get it. Elite on Anthony DiNapoli, the strong safety out of Frisco, Texas, 6'1". Not crazy stats across the board, but elite dev, that's all that matters. Star dev on Spriggs, the gem center. We got star dev on David Bias, the 4-star gem D tackle. Elite dev on Jose Brown, the 4-star elusive running back out of Converse, Texas. 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 agility, 84 carry. We're kind of crushing it in finding our running backs, and we finish up with an elite dev quarterback, Donnell Harbin, 4-star scrambler, Beaumont, Texas. 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 92 throw power, that elite dev trait. He is our DJ Legway successor. So looking at our training camp, +3 for DJ Legway, one of the biggest risers on the whole team, so it is giving us that nice little boost that I think starting him last year as a sophomore, where we might not have got that +3 if he sat there as a redshirt. So he's up to an 85. Really excited about our transfer running back, Tavoris Jones. You know, the discrepancy from year 1 to year 2, maybe it's the fact that we didn't have that Taj Brooks, that elite running back, and Jones could definitely be that. Star dev with 95 in the elusiveness. Also brings great speed with 92 speed, 96 acceleration, so we have a legitimate weapon in the backfield to pair it with Legway. The kind of bummer is we only got +1 on Micah Hudson, who was a Heisman Trophy finalist last season. You look at the skill cap, I see a guy that absolutely could max all these out in a good role and become a 99. So that's a bummer because, you know, expectations are he's probably going to leave this year. Everywhere else, I feel good. The tight end room's healthy. The offensive line all has great starters across the board. One of the best O-lines in the Big 12. Defensively, that's been really letting us down. There's no other way to kind of break that. You know, they're looking solid. Got 81 freshmen, Cons, at pass rush. Rigsby had a good year. McKinney was outstanding. He got a +2. Linebacking core, we're led by Ben Roberts, 92. We have Curry, 88. A lot of depth across the board. Corner room solid. Safety room, a lot of depth. So hopefully our defense isn't one of the bottom 10 in the nation this year. We start week 1. I mean, Micah Hudson just trying to get another Heisman. That's about it. 11 catches, 188, 4 touchdowns, and a win over Oregon State on the road. Oh my God. Unstoppable cheat code. It's a very quick update on our year 3 recruiting, just because I think we're going to land our first 5-star. Richard Farrell out of Oklahoma, the 5-star, number 4 safety, top 25 player in the nation. We're going to hit him with this hard sell, and I would be surprised if we can't get him to lock in here after this week. We just continue to be elite on our hot start. Week 5 over TCU. It's DJ Legway's turn for our player of the week performance. Ooh, we get our first 5-star. I didn't think we had a chance. We were second for a minute, but we get the 5-star wideout, James Colley and Richard Farrell. We're coming for you, Texas. That number 1 recruiting class in the state is ours. I'm so broken. Oklahoma State was 0-4. We were 5-0. At week 10, we are 7-1, and we have equaled the highest rating Texas Tech ever has had in the college football playoff poll. Number 2. You got to figure there's a chance if we can beat 4-4 West Virginia, we could achieve number 1. Let's go, number 1. Check mark. And it's good because we got a gauntlet to close that against 3 ranked teams. But there is, what do we have left? We got to get the number 1 recruiting class in Texas, which we might get this year. And then we need to win the Natty. But the schedule gets very difficult. Week 11, we get number 8, Utah. That's a huge win over Utah. Arguably our biggest regular season win of the rebuild so far. We get 4 touchdowns, clean game from DJ Legway. Also runs for 63 and a touchdown. Hudson dominates like we know he can. 135, 2 touchdowns. Our defense, McKinney, 2 sacks. Rigsby with 1 and a couple picks. That's what we want to see, complimentary football. As we enter the final week of the regular season, looking pretty good for a Texas Tech Red Raider to win another Heisman Trophy. Big game here, though, against ranked Houston to close things out. Let's go. Big win. Another huge nuclear performance from Hudson. We've got 2 players going shoulder to shoulder for the Heisman. It took us 3 years to get here, but finally, a Big 12 championship appearance, and we get the number 2 team in the nation, K-State. Let's get it. Number 1, number 2. Got to make up for the last time we were on the sticks. Got it. I love a perfect world, though. We're up by 30, and I don't have to have the stress of having what I do take serious effect. As we get the first score of the game, low scoring, which is not playing in our favor. We have 2 of the top 5 Heisman candidates offensively, and we're not scoring a lot of points. So let's get points here to start the 4th. Here we got Hudson. That's the best wide receiver maybe of all time, and a late hit. We get the pancake in the middle, and we get tackled into the end zone. Appreciate the assist. K-State D-line, bar 2, elite dev running back, gives us the go-ahead lead. Holy shit, the defense does their job. Let's go. We finish as the #1 ranked team. We get the Big 12 championship. I mean, this is why we do the extra challenges, because if we win the Natty here, that's an early rebuild. As a humble performance by DJ Legway, by his standards, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Well, we're favorites right now to win the Natty. I've done it again. Micah Hudson, 88 catches, 1,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, gets player of the year. Oh, DJ Legway wins the Heisman. I hope, I mean, you know what? I'd like to think Hudson's happy for his teammate. He doesn't need to win the Heisman twice, but we get 2 Heisman winners. And that's why you trust the process. And you gamble with Legway. Starting as a sophomore, gets to this moment. There we go. We also get some more hardware. Best receiver going to Hudson. We got Braxton Myers at corner, winning DB with 4 picks. 1 pick 6. Not bad for a transfer. Our opponent has been found as in the quarterfinals. Peach Bowl, we're taking on the #9 ranked Michigan Wolverines. All right, let's not botch this. I want at least 1 win. Expectations are we're probably the favorites. Let's just break the seal and get that first playoff win, and we're going to be able to build off of that. But there's also a chance we lose Legway and Hudson this year. This may be our best shot at ever winning a Natty, regardless of it being year 3 or year 10. So we are up 10 going into the second half. Defense is playing well, holding Michigan to only 10 points. And we're kind of chewing away the game here. Michigan gets a field goal, so they're within a score. Ooh, can we put the game away? Yo, yes we do. Oh, squeaky bum time. 20-13. Ugly, ugly game. But it's a win, that's all that matters. In the semifinal, we get the old stomping grounds of Tom Savage. The Pitt Panthers. Let's go. I mean, this could be, I think if we could get all of our challenges, why would we need to go 10 seasons? This might be our first 5-year college football 25. We got to focus, though, because we got to win the Natty. We have a great opportunity here at 14-3. I mean, we should handle Pitt. I can't really see. They don't got Jordan Addison. They don't got Kenny Pickett anymore. But they are not going away. This is a grindy performance, and I don't love that because my offense should be putting up 40 points on every single team that we play. 28-17 going to the 4th. 2 straight scores, 3 straight scores. Field goals, though, for Texas Tech. And that should be enough of a buffer. There we go. We get the 40 bomb. Pitt gets some garbage time score. But 41-31, Texas Tech keeps on rolling. That performance, our sophomore D-tackle, Jay McKinney, part of our very first recruiting class, gets Defensive Player of the Week. 2 sacks, 9 tackles, 5 TFLs. Outstanding. DJ Legway also gets Offensive Player of the Week as the Natty has been set. And it's, I mean, we playing at someone else's rebuild. Another top rebuild school that should not be here. Year 3, we get the #6 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. And the numbers to this point, yeah, we've played a little bit more games because we've gone on a run, but we got 51 touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, so almost. There's a legit shot. Win, lose, or draw. DJ Legway is going for 60 bomb in terms of total touchdowns. Look at Micah Hudson, over 100 catches, 1,600 yards, 25 touchdowns. And I think it's been the defense. It's been a surprise. Rigsby and McKinney still dominant for our pass rush. Our interception numbers continue to be high as we have DB of the year. So we finally have that complementary football. The great offense is getting some great defense. I love us to win the Natty here in year 3. Let's go. All right, Nebraska scores first, 7-zip. Cold start by our offense. We get a field goal to get some points in the first quarter, but Nebraska is starting to pile it on a little bit, and we're only getting field goals to Nebraska's touchdowns. That wasn't even competitive. The only is there silver? I'd say the only silver lining is maybe this is humbling enough to get Legway and Hudson to say, you know what, let's run it back one more year. We can win the Natty one more chance. We can do a better game. All right, so this live. No idea. No idea what we're about to see in this menu. Prepare for the worst. Expect the worst. Might get a good roll. Well, greatest wide receiver. I mean, set the pace now. From every other rebuild we do between now and college football 26, Micah Hudson's the standard. 3 seasons, 286 catches, 4,700 yards, 67 touchdowns, averaging 113 a game. He finishes with the most touchdown catches in a career in college history. Just come back for one more year. And for Texas Tech, most touchdown catches. We have most receiving yards. Congrats. We sent a bunch of boys to the league here. Offense, defense, 4th round Jones transfer. Ben Roberts, been a really nice linebacker for us. He goes in the first, and I would imagine Micah Hudson's a top 3 pick. And we get our 4th check mark. We finish year 3 with the #1 recruiting class in the state of Texas. Texas at 15. SMU, who I knew was going to pick it up, they go top 20, which may be surprising. A&M, nowhere to be found. Let's go. 2 5-stars, 14 4-stars, 11 3s. Very close to having a top 10 overall. But happy, another check mark. Last one we need to hit is the Natty. And while we did lose Hudson, DJ Legway is returning for his senior season. Let's go. And look at that, a recruiting cycle. Land some nice talent in the transfer portal. Flowers 4-star with a star dev. Winston 3-star with star dev. Same with Brutus. Both going to be only sophomores. So a lot of good football ahead of them. Johnson, the 4-star, comes with a star dev. We get elite dev on Quan Johns. Cool. Elite, 91 throw power, 92 speed, 92 acceleration. That is pretty badass. Star dev on the 3-star Burns. Star dev on the gem guard October. Star dev on the gem D tackle. Star dev on the solid 4-star right tackle at El Paso, the Kearney. We got star on Isaacs, the wide receiver, 6'2" with 93 speed, 96 acceleration. We get a star dev on the 4-star corner Kenyon. We get elite dev on the 4-star gem Juan Doris. Love seeing that. We get another 2 elite dev quarterbacks in one class. One in the portal, one from base recruiting. And look at Kevin Tuttle. 137 in the nation. This is a true diamond in the rough. 95 throw power, 83 short accuracy, 86 speed, 91 acceleration. That is a big-time player. And our 5-star Dick Farrell. Yeah. Elite dev. 6'2", 200 pounds, 90 speed, 93 acceleration, 79 man. Decent pursuit, can tackle. The coverage is great. That's big time. I think I'm going to, not a spoiler, not quite at that point. I think we're only going to have to go 4 years here, fellas. This is a national championship winning squad. DJ Legway returns. He is up to a 92 overall after training camp. Now, you look at that. Pretty much meeting his potential. I mean, could get a little quicker, I guess, but are we really going to complain that our 240-pound quarterback might be plateauing with 89 speed? Would love to see the throw power. I definitely think that's an area of growth and development that we could see. But 92 overall for the reigning defending Heisman Trophy winner. feel outstanding about that. And also in the pipeline, if things don't go our way, right? And we don't win the Natty this year, and the rebuild continues, we have an outstanding quarterback waiting in the wings in Donnell Harmon. 82 overall freshman, 6'4", 220. The speed, the throw power off the charts. He's going to be incredible. Tuttle as well. Freshman, 95 throw power. Dogs. We have an outstanding QB room. At running back, Cam Dickey is up to a 93. We got lots of depth there as well. Incredibly deep. I feel like any of those guys would be a legit starter. It's going to be a village effort to replace what we just lost in Hudson, but we got Ducks. Vaseline 6'1" with prolific speed. Johnson has speed. Jones has speed. Wilson has speed. We got like speed, 98 down there for Cummings, 97. So while we might not have that true X factor, we're about to put the scheme to the test and see if who can step up. We got a 90 overall tight end, 87 for receiver, so that's a great compliment. O-line, 86, 84, 80, 93 at right guard for the sophomore, 91 at right tackle. Last year, I thought we had the best offensive line in college. I think this is another year that we definitely have at least the discussion. Defensively, 86, 83, 87, 87 for our heavy rotation that we can bring and deploy in our pass rush. D-line is strong. I will say McKinney, for how well he's been playing, kind of surprised he's peaking as far as development is concerned, but happy nonetheless. Linebacker core, 84. We got Curry, 92, first year as a starter, 87, 86, no weaknesses. And I mean, Dingle, for a pass cover linebacker, 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 94 agility. This guy's an absolute monster. Could probably play safety if he wanted to. Secondary is the best it's been. We have the reigning defending DB of the year in Braxton Myers. He's up to a 91. We got 88, multiple 80s. Jacob Johnson, we got in the transfer portal, 94 speed, 99 acceleration at 6'2", is freaky. Free safety, 85. Strong safety, we just got so much freaking depth. And these guys can cover. These guys can tackle. This is it. This is the year. We have done a 10-year rebuild in 4 seasons. Let's bring home the Natty and get this rebuild done with a big ol' check mark. Fastest to ever do it. Even though my confidence is very high that we're going to win, and it's going to go down as a speed run of a rebuild, we still got to handle and prepare for the worst. And the #1 overall recruit in the nation, Jesus Acho at left tackle, #1 school, baby. Boom! And it's not a challenge, but anytime you land the #1 overall recruit, feels pretty good. We land another 5-star, get to the 5-star middle linebacker, Terry Johnson, which is, I think, my first 5-star middle linebacker I've landed so far in college football 25. Now I can hype this matchup up. We beat Utah and lose to like a 2-win team. That's the state of college football 25 and the gamble you play, I guess, when you're simming your matchups. We sit here at 9-0, 8-1 Utah is likely and should be realistically our final hurdle for a perfect regular season. You can see backstretch of the season. I mean, the records have not been particularly good in the Big 12. Usually Oklahoma State, Kansas, K-State are stronger. We get 8-1 Utah. UCF, I mean, they're not going to be a pushover. Houston's probably a better roster than 1-8, but you would think if we can get past Utah, we might be able to, get that very rare, very difficult to achieve, especially simming undefeated regular season. I simmed. I have no idea if we won or lost. We have Angler, who's kind of been the guy that, looks like he's stepping up for Hudson. 5 catches, 118 yards, 4 touchdowns. And we win! Wasn't even that close. 36-20. DJ Legway, 5 touchdowns. Did have the pick, which, the margins. He had 87 yards on the ground. Just an unstoppable monster. Angler, 4 touchdowns, as we saw. Defensively, 2.5 sacks from Collins, a sack from Dingle, the speedster. As we go to the Big 12 championship against 23rd ranked Baylor, we have completed the very, very difficult, few and far between undefeated regular season 12-0. And on the back of a 4-sack performance from D-tackle Jay McKinney and 4 touchdowns from DJ Legway, we win our 2nd straight Big 12 championship. Wasn't even competitive, 42-10 over Baylor. We get some hardware as Josh Mandero with 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Let's get out of the way. Gets the Mackey Award for best tight end in college football. So to be undefeated and still not the #1 team in the nation, Oregon is up there. I mean, that would be an all-timer if they can meet us in the finals. And it's been set in the quarterfinal of the Sugar Bowl. Texas Tech takes on #5 Notre Dame. I mean, if we could kind of go on a run here. I was just curious, is Utah, do they have a better record? 12-1 Notre Dame. Okay. And we're able to move to 14-0. Close matchup here against Notre Dame. 29-24, where we did not have the best performance out of our senior DJ Legway. Did make some plays with his legs. Over 100 yards there for Angler. Defensively, no sacks, but we did get a huge interception by one of the top corners in all of college. And up next, the Cincinnati Bearcats. Needs to be winnable. I mean, let's be honest. Out of all the teams you could play, I would certainly say roster-wise, Cincinnati is a pretty good role for the Red Raiders here, but it's all about DJ Legway and what he's going to be able to do. We strike first with a field goal, but we need touchdowns. Field goals do not get you to the national championship game, and the first touchdown goes to the Bearcats, and they're kind of going on a run here a little bit, but we're able to cut one back, and then they just say, no, anytime you score, we score. We're tied at 17. Let's go. Let's hop in. Come on. Who wants a touchdown here? Somebody. B, let's go. Cross the middle. Missed assignment. Red Raiders regain the lead. Come on, baby. On! I don't want to say this is greasy, but we are just going to try to run this one into the ground. Chew the clock up, going on the draw, which we're able to fight our way in. Please, defense. Please. For the love of God. Yes, you get the turnover. And Texas Tech is in the natty, 34-31, an epic Orange Bowl. Well, on the back of 300 yards, 3 touchdowns from Legway, 15-0. Braxton Myers, 2 interceptions, gets Defensive Player of the Week. Angler, Offensive Player of the Week, almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that sets up the biggest national championship game we've had in a rebuild yet. Undefeated Oregon, undefeated Texas Tech, 15-0 against 15-0. Let's go win this. Full game, 91 overall, 89 overall, 30-0 combined record. It's always good to have a undefeated meets undefeated national championship game, especially in the context of college football 25, where there still definitely needs to be some fine-tuning to the records, to the sim. A lot of big schools lose a lot of games, so this is truly a unique experience. And it's Nike money versus the spirit of Mike Leach. Who is going to win? Let's hope it is the good guys. We got DJ Legway, a Heisman Trophy winner. We got an outstanding offensive line. Our defense has stepped it up. And I think as long as I don't mess this up, we should get that final check mark. This should go down as a successful rebuild. Only needing 4 years to completely turn around Texas Tech. It's a great throw behind the wideout. Makes the adjustment. And a gain of 32. We're rolling opening drive. Just plugged up good. We got so much juice, man. That is a 98 acceleration running back. And that is an opening drive score. But if you've watched, throw a plug in, because I messed up the titles on YouTube, which might have hurt the views a little bit. If you've missed our main channel, Dynasty, not too bad offensively. Defensively, might be the worst in the game. Jump! Someone make a play on that. I go play action. Get that shit out of here. And we got McKinney, our best pass rusher on the field, inside. So we can collapse this pocket here. We get no penetration, but it's domination by the defense. 3rd and 7. Could be I mean, we got the safety net of all safety nets. The best tight end in college football. Oh, my God. As we get crushed. What a throw by Legway. So we can use Largo's speed here again in the red zone. Don't like throwing the football in the red zone. Not a high percentage play for old C4. And it's the, I mean, I'm not in. All right, now, when you got a 240-pound quarterback You get the sneak to work. Let's go. Give me that. Oh, I don't know if they're going to give me that as a user pick. I don't care. Still counts. That's Myers. DP of the year. Got timeouts. Got time, but you feel like a touchdown here. Could very well be a dagger. We could throw that. Yeah, we'll chuck it. All right, I'm looking at the tight end. He's on you, buddy. I'll get the ball there. Oh, that's... Why did my wide receiver stop running? He just keeps running. He just stops. I don't think that was the end of that route. Of course. Of course. All right, let's just run the ball then. Just run it. Can't turn the ball over if you're... You can't throw an interception if you run the ball. Put that on a shirt. Go. Oh, he got smashed, but he thrust right in their face. Jesus. Oh, make me throw this. The light box, Largo. Come on. Make one miss and you're in. There we go. Speed kills. Let's win this game with our defense. Yes. Don't know if we got enough juice here for a house call. Second pick of the day. I think it's about that time to say undefeated national champion Texas Tech Red Raiders. And with the best play in football, the new pace has been set. 4 years. And I'm going to use this to gauge. Like, is this fine? Like, should these rebuilds be viewed 10 years to achieve all of our goals? That is the time frame, the max. Because this never popped up. Every rebuild we've done so far in College Football 25 has taken the full 10, or we've not achieved it and failed in a full 10. But to get this in 4 with an incredibly overpowered offense. One of the greatest sim wide receivers I've ever seen. We got in Hudson. We got DJ Legway, a 5-star transfer in the portal, transformed. We had unreal roles in recruiting, right? The last class, we got some 5-stars. Before that, it was all 4-stars, and we were still getting elite dev trade players. So I think we honored Mike Leach, the Pirate, in the best way we possibly could. We brought Texas Tech back. We brought back a #1 offense in college football, prolific offense in college football, and we bring home the national championship. Perfect season, 16-0. You'll love to see it. So with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Would love to get your guys' feedback, because obviously this is the first time it's happened. I don't think it's going to be super common. But if we kind of go with this approach, that if we hit our 5 goals, and one of them is always going to be win the Natty, which is obviously the hardest one that we'll have to get, I'll be able to upload more rebuilds, because then I won't just have to do another, you know, what do we got, 6 years left? That is 7 hours of recording. So we can get through more rebuilds, and it'll make more sense when we want to rebuild some of the more bigger schools that, I want to rebuild everyone eventually when we get to the Clemson, Ohio State, stuff like that. Fun little quick rebuilds. So I'd love to get your guys' feedback on that one. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed for the YouTube robots, helps the channel out. We've got over 3,000 new subscribers on the channel in 2 weeks, which is awesome. We got to keep that going, man. We're getting our way up to 175,000. So if it is your first time stopping by and you enjoyed what you saw here, I would very much appreciate the subscribe. Let me know in the comments below which school we should rebuild next. Leaning towards West Virginia. They were a close second when I was deciding who to rebuild right now. But if we want to do something outside of the Big 12, let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.